Okay, if you want to see me go from this to this, just keep watching. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This will be the second part of becoming even badder. Going from baddie to baddest, you get what I'm saying? As you can see, I'm doing my makeup in this video, but before we keep going, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up and let me know what you think. Now, in this process, I was doing my eyebrows, as you could kind of see. And if you don't know, I have like thick, curly, messy eyebrows. You could tell like I wiped it off earlier because it just was not getting right. Mind you, I at this point, I hadn't arched my brows in like months. So they're really wild when they're not arched. So I was trying to just do different techniques and stuff because I'm like, I feel like when your brows are good, the rest of your face is easy to do. So I had tried this like over and over again, and you're gonna see like later I eventually just gave up because I was like, I cannot do this today. I'm mentally exhausted, like this needs to go. So I tried the laminated look where I brushed them out and then go, and it just didn't work. So then one of the other days I was like, you know, I'm gonna try again. And I think my technique with this one was probably to try to shape the brows as close to each other as possible. I don't know if anybody else struggles with this, but like for me, my eyebrows are not the same shape even when they're arched. So it makes it so difficult to do them because they never tend to cooperate. So at this point, I'm just trying to go as slow as possible. I ain't have nothing but time in all of these videos that you're gonna see. Like I was just like, you know what, if they don't want to cooperate, I'm gonna just start again. If at first you don't succeed, you do what? You try again. You feel me? So that's where I was at with it. I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna just keep trying until I get it. And I feel like if I could do them or fill them in, make them perfect when they're not arched, when they're arched, it's going to be a breeze. And that was kind of the mentality I was using through that. So you're going to see me just go like step by step, and when I feel like I got a grip on one part, I go to the next section. So in this part is just my brows, and my brows are so beautiful when they cooperate. Like they're just so thick and full, and when they're arched, they just give what they're supposed to give. And I think for me, like I'm such an over analyzer on my brows because I know that they're not even. So the fact that I know kind of makes it like hard for me to trust that they're gonna be as perfect as I want them to be. So yeah, but in this technique, I saw this girl on TikTok essentially like she would fill her eyebrows in, and instead of concealing the whole thing, she concealed from the middle of the brow to the end of the brow and then did the top. And I'm like, okay, that seemed like a good idea so that it's not that harsh concealer line. And as you can see, I thought like, okay, this isn't too bad. So I moved on to the foundation process. And my foundation process isn't really nothing crazy. I use Hair Store foundation. It's probably one of the best matches I've had since I started wearing makeup, you feel me? So that's where we at with that. And then I was using a beautiful bronze, I think, in LA Girl as the one that's closest to my shade. And then obviously I was trying to get like the trendful, you know, bright under eye look, but that has been an issue for me too because I wasn't really good with my undertone. So that was something that was a big deal for me. And throughout this process, I've watched a lot of videos and tried to pretty much see what I should get that's different and stuff. And I feel like with the bright concealer, it does help to really have like a concealer that's your undertone. So then you know, like, okay, I could go brighter, but it's not going to look crazy with my skin color. So you can see I'm just doing contour, and at this time I was just trying different techniques that I would like different contouring techniques. And I saw a technique that like, I think it was one of those TikTok filters that essentially like you curve it. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, that was what I did. So as you can see, like the concealer in this was not super bright. You feel me? Like it was a real light, like it was a brighter concealer, but it wasn't that bright. It was pretty similar. And then I know we hate Tarte, y'all, but I got like these samples and I was using a little bright Tarte sample. Now, I know now that my brush was like too big. I've been seeing a lot of people use like really small or like fluffy brushes. Obviously at the time, like I was just using what I had and using what worked for me and stuff. And that was what worked for me at the moment. But I do know like the smaller brushes definitely helps with like how you control it and stuff like that. So yeah, so I think that was what kind of like I realized. And then I'm just setting my face and stuff with the contour and all that. I think the technique I used definitely gave like a shape to my face. But I feel like I don't know, I just feel like I wanted more. Like I don't know. Okay, so this is take 3. In this clip, I'm pretty much just doing the same thing over. So I'm kind of going from the concealer process, because the concealer process for me is also a big deal. So I started from the concealer process because I'm like, okay, like I think I got the foundation and the eyebrows kind of down packed, so I don't need to record that again. But in this, I was using Il Makiage, like the little tester John, because they have like the tester, and if you don't like it, you could just send it back. And the foundation was not my shade, but the concealer, I really liked the concealer. It was really full coverage, it blended really nicely, but I still end up sending it back because I ain't feel like paying for it. But I would definitely get it again. And it seemed like it was more of like an olive color. I also think my problem is that I don't really know, like I'm not good with like art and colors and stuff, so I can't like tell which one is olive, which one is warm, which one is cool. Like I just feel like they just all look different, but I don't know how to like point it. And I feel like that's something I really need to learn to be able to go into any store, find my concealer shade, and feel confident in it. So that's something I'm kind of working on. But again, at this time, I didn't do the brush. Like I didn't have a smaller brush, and I eventually got one, which helps with the look that I eventually get for my birthday and stuff. So yeah, so that's pretty much what this is here. I'm just trying another concealer out. Like I did pretty much all of the same base, and I did still use the LA Girl and all the same other stuff. It was just trying that brighter concealer to see if it gives a difference, and it definitely gave a difference. And I think also with this technique, I blended out the one that's closer to my skin tone first, and then I put the lighter one on. And I think that really helped too, because it just helped like with a more flawless base, you know. In case I look too bright, I'm able to like blend it, see how it works for my skin and all that other stuff. But yeah, it's like me watching this back, I'm so mad that I didn't have a smaller brush. Like I didn't realize until I was watching a lot of people do concealer, do makeup tutorials on TikTok, and they all had them like small fluffy brushes, and I'm like, is that what's going on here? Like, is that the problem? Because it feel like that's the problem. And then I fixed it, and then I seen that was the problem and whatnot. But I definitely did try other techniques, especially with my brows. My brows has been a big issue. So what I changed with that was, instead of using like a dark pomade that I usually use, I got one of those, like, it's not like, I guess it's a pencil, but it's not a pencil. It's more like a liner, like the smoother, I don't know, one of them automatic things that is kind of like crayonish. It's not, I don't know, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. Like, it's not a powder, and it's not a pencil that's super harsh. It's just those like automatic ones and stuff like that. And I got that, and that has really helped, because I've been trying to go for, like, my brows are already dark, so I don't really need a lot of product in this. I've been trying to go for just like a lighter like brow, and that has really helped. And that's in brown too. The only thing about stuff that I get in brown is like it takes forever to show up on my skin, and that really be pissing me off because I do not have time for that. Like, I'm just over it. But yeah, so in this I'm doing my contour again. And I think contour is an issue for me too, because I don't know if anybody else feel like this, but my face feels small. Like, if you could see I don't really have a big forehead. My hairline is super low. So it's like whenever I'm doing makeup and stuff, it always just feels like everything is really smushed together on my face. Like, so that's why I don't do like blush and stuff like that, because I feel like everything is just going to be sitting on top of each other. And I think me learning the shape of my face is what will help me know how to do contour better. I think I definitely am getting better at it though, because my face is more on the round, like ovally side. So I've been trying with that, but it's definitely been getting better. I will say that it's definitely been getting better. Okay, so with the setting powder part, I use like a flat sponge, and it helps. But I have since then gotten what are they called, the triangle things, what are they called, the powder puff, right? Okay, since then I've gotten a pack of powder puffs. I think that's what they called, and that has definitely made like a big difference in my pressed powder, setting powder, how I apply it, how it really helps with, because my skin be super oily, so how it really helps with the oil, like that has been a godsend. When I got that and I got the small concealer brush, I said, yeah, we on to something. What Keith say? For sure, yeah, right on. You feel me? Because that was really what it was. Like, I'm like, yeah, it's lit. Okay, babe, it's lit. But at this time, I only had the sponge, so I just used it because I'm like, what can I do now? Like, I can't do nothing in this particular moment. So I just used the sponge until then. And I feel like the pressure to get what other people like have sometimes can be overwhelming, because at the end of the day, it's like sometimes you just can't afford it, or you can't spare it, or you just got to work with what you got because you don't want to get expensive stuff and mess up and be wasting it. And I feel like for me, I want to become better with the stuff that I have, so when I get better quality, I'm really able to like use it efficiently and not just let it go to waste. Because I don't like to waste my makeup. That's why it took me so long to do this, because I hate wasting my makeup. All this stuff, I was just staying in the house. I wasn't going out, and I don't like that. Like, I like to go out when I wear makeup. But in this particular part with the powder, I was definitely ODing, because I just noticed like I really have to use a lot of powder on my face. And I don't know if it's like, I don't know, as I've gotten older, as of recently, like I've been sweating so much more. It's actually really pissing me off, because it messes with my wigs, because you know my wigs literally be on my forehead, and my forehead be sweating, and the wig will just come right off, babe. I do not like that at all, honey. It really be making me mad. But you could see the finished look in the corner. It was really cute. I just feel like, obviously, I think I could have did better. But at the same time, the lighting in my house and the lighting outside is also very different. But I feel like, I don't know. I don't know if it's just me, but I'm like super like particular about how I like my makeup to be. And it just be difficult for me to achieve it. And I feel like sometimes I just be feeling like, okay, I don't know what I'm missing that's making this become an issue. But in this last part, I'm pretty much going to show y'all like from beginning to end exactly like what I did to achieve like the final look for this like video series. And then I'll just kind of explain how some of the techniques helped me achieve that last look. So in this, you see I'm still using the pomade. I was using Anastasia pomade. I got onto the wave late, y'all, so don't judge me. So yeah, I still be using that But I used that for my brows, and then I used the LA Girl concealer in Beautiful Bronze, I think I said, to conceal. I think with my brows, when I finally arched them, it was just like, it made a big difference. But the techniques that I was learning and practicing is essentially what made my brows come out so like perfect for my birthday. Like, because I didn't even expect to be doing my makeup, but I did my makeup and I was so proud of it. And I think that's probably what made my birthday even more like big, because I'm like, I did my own face. Like, I didn't have to depend on anybody to do it, and that is such a good feeling. I don't think y'all understand. Like, I was so happy, and I'm like, it came out bomb too. Like, I ate that, and I ain't even expect to eat down like that. Like, I'm not no makeup artist. I'm not super artistic or anything, so I feel like me doing makeup is something that like kind of just lives out my like childhood dreams, because I used to want to wear makeup when I was a kid, and my mom just never allowed it. And I'm just so happy that like I'm at a point where like I could do it for myself and really feel confident in me doing it and stuff. So that's just like a little flex I have, because I be eating down, honey. And then when I do like my little sister makeup, like I really be beating her face, with all due respect. Like, she really don't need a makeup artist, because I'm gonna get her right. Like, that's crazy. Like, I'm really that. But yeah, that's besides the point. So I still be using this hair store foundation. Like I said, I started wearing makeup like when I was a senior in high school, and I bought the foundation because this girl did my senior pictures makeup in the bathroom at school, and I had to buy all the stuff I needed so that she could do it for me. And that was how I found this foundation, and I just never left it. Like, I obviously use other foundations, but this has like been my holy grail for like, we going on what, 6, 7, 8 years now. I really love it. Like, when I don't have nothing, that's the one thing I gotta have. Now again, I'm using my Beautiful Bronze, and then I'm using, so another thing that has definitely changed, I was using ELF. Like, the lighter concealer I was using for my bright under eye was ELF in Deep Cinnamon or something. And I'm looking at it now, and I'm like, it's not bright enough. So it wouldn't have been bright. And I changed that, and I started using ELF still, but in the color olive, because I went to Sephora, and this white man told me that my undertone is olive, and he said the reason why it's hard for me to find it is because they don't have a lot of olive undertone stuff for darker skin. And I said, okay, cool. So when he told me that, I was on a mission to find olive stuff, but the problem is I don't know how to determine what's olive. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like that was the problem for me. Like, I couldn't figure it out. So when I finally went to Sephora, not Sephora. I definitely didn't go to no damn Sephora. When I finally went to Target, I saw like a olive ELF shade, and I just bought it. And I don't even think it was dark. It was like kind of just olive. Like, it wasn't like deep olive or whatever. It was just olive or something like that. So I used it, and I'm like, this made such a big difference because it looks more natural. You're going to see in my pictures, my videos and stuff, like, that olive shade really made the biggest difference in my makeup. Not that my makeup was ever ugly, or not that my makeup was ever not the right shade per se, but it definitely made a difference in like the appearance of my makeup. Like, it definitely gave more of a brighter look. It definitely gave like, okay, like her under eye is bright. You feel me? Compared to like when you're using the shade that's not necessarily for you. Like, even if it looks bright in the house or bright in this video, it doesn't necessarily look bright in my pictures. It still will look like my skin just is the same color. And I never used to like that, and I would never understand why it would look like that. But then when I bought that ELF, it worked, babe. Okay, it worked. So I'm just doing my contour. Another thing I know that I need to do is let my concealer dry. That was something that I wasn't really doing in these videos, because every time I did these videos, it was late at night. I probably had work the next day. I was just over it. But I know you're supposed to let your concealer dry down a little bit before you just go in with it. And I think that has helped me, along with the small brush, along with all the other stuff that I've been using. But another thing I changed was I didn't keep doing these crazy behind lines of contour. I just do like one line, and I make sure to conceal very sharply like under it so that it could be a more defined line, because I think until I really learn the shape of my face, I'm not finna just be drawing gang signs on my face. Like, I'm just gonna chill out and do like a one line and make sure that that one line is kind of like precise or where I want it to be or whatever the case may be. So yeah, that's just where we was at with that. Like, and then we are over powdering again. And you know what's so crazy? I used to hate setting powder. Like, I was like, it makes me look ashy. And I'm starting to understand why it made me look ashy. I used to not really like spray my face. Like, I used to never have setting spray. I've come a long way, y'all. I used to never have setting spray. So I didn't understand that the powder came before the setting spray. And then when you spray your face, all the color essentially comes back. You're not looking like a ghost no more. So I would just continue to like wear the setting powder and be like, I look crusty, like I don't like that. And I just stopped wearing setting powder altogether. And then when I finally got setting spray, and then I kind of got a couple friends that do like makeup and stuff. So like then I will watch their techniques or watch their process and be like, oh, I'm supposed to spray after the setting spray. That's why I was looking crusty. So when I finally started doing that, it started helping. But yeah, all right, so in this part you can see I'm doing moles. I'm getting into that because I do have real moles on my face. They're just not as like prominent, like they're not super big or anything. They're real subtle, and I just love that little detail. I've been really abusing it. And you know, I do the little brown liner, pink lip combo. Like, we gonna do that every time. I don't even really use colors no more. That's the only thing I be doing, babe. That's about it. But just let me know like which look y'all think is the best out of these three. Out of these three looks, obviously the birthday look is really the best. You feel me? The birthday look eats down. But out of these three, let me know which one you think like really was like top tier. But for my birthday, like I just feel like I really snapped with these. Like, refer to my Instagram, you get me? Your girl was serving, babe. Serving. This is my favorite video, by the way. But anyway, y'all, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and just comment below. Let me know what y'all think.